Hi everyone, good to see you once again. I'm sharing um, my understanding or my story about social justice in contemporary genres that are comparable to wisdom in the Old Testament in the context um, of Ghana or my background as a Ghanaian. And I would like to link this with a movie called The Beast of No Nation. This movie was practically filmed in Ghana, um, but it resonates with all Africans and then the world in its entirety. And it's about this young man or this young boy who was a minor, um, whose life was torn apart through civil war. When the parents were all killed during the war, and this boy was forced into, let's say, child soldiers, or he became a child soldier who was led by a brutal commander. And this guy was very wicked. This commander was very wicked and forced these minors or these young boys to fight in a war. And it was so sad to see these young guys or these young boys who were innocent about this war to stand in front of the war or the forefront of the war with guns fighting to defend their country or their motherland. And the film exposes moral and spiritual destruction caused by war, greed, and then abuse of power, which is against the whole power of the people or of these young boys. Sorry. And this story connects closely with the Old Testament wisdom literature, particularly Job and then Ecclesiastes, because it raises profound moral questions as to why do innocent people suffer. Because clearly you could see that this boy is an innocent boy who doesn't know what he was doing, but he was forced into it. And then, two, how can there be justice in a world filled with violence and corruption and all that you can think of? And then, thirdly, what does it mean to remain human when everybody or everything good has been destroyed? So, like Job, this young boy who was called Agus experience reflects deep suffering without clear answers. He struggles to understand why such evil happens, yet the film also highlights his endurance and the faint hope of moral renewal. Through its emotional storytelling and realistic depiction of injustice, the film acts as modern parable, a visual form of wisdom teaching. Ultimately, Beast of No Nation challenges both Ghanaians and global audience to reflect on issues of justice, compassion, and moral responsibility. It functions like wisdom literature because it doesn't just entertain, but it teaches, questions, and calls society to self examination. So when you look at the entirety of this movie, it clearly shows how injustice was meted on this young boy and then the other boys who we can say were his colleagues, um, and how people um, don't have compassion on others, and why those who are innocent in our societies go through what they go through by, I mean, no fault of theirs. So I think this is one of the genres that I can talk about by way of a movie, um, and I think it resonates with what we are learning so far, or what we have learned so far in the Old Testament way of justice. I hope this helps, and then I wait for your response and then your contribution of what I've shared so far. Thank you so much.